Alright, we're into game 2, day 2 of the losers finals between Mastro and Warble. This is to decide who comes second and who comes third. Well,
Yeah, exactly.
who comes third actually. I mean, yeah, exactly as you said. I'm on the call with Saykoya, currently sitting in grand finals right now, waiting for to face the winner of these two. Mastro did take game 1 in a fairly convincing fashion, I would say.
Yeah,
Now we're in real time. We are doing this broadcast live, trying to get all of the top 3 broadcasted live.
yeah, I mean, probably buckle up for a good 2 hours for this one, because don't expect the game will end fast on this map. Although there is a Wulfar, so maybe something will happen.
Yeah, and like Zawan does have early traps that he can do as well. It does rely on Warble walking into them, but
Although, well, I mean, commanders shouldn't meet too early. Although they will meet. Let's see.
they've both got pretty good range to them though, so we could see something. And you do tend to build like a decent
Mm,
amount of groove, like looking at Wolfar, he's already on 55%.
yeah, it looks like Warble is going more for a corner opening, actually. Or Mastro prefers like going towards the middle with Commander.
So what do you think is like the value of going for each of these openings?
Uh well, the thing is, it's a bit complicated. It's a whole mess of decisions, I have to say. But for example, here, like, I mean, so the overall like thing is basically uh there's as much villages in the middle than as in one side, so going middle early isn't bad at all. Like, you don't lose any money for that. Having the middle is also better. And then there's the whole like early early sword game shenanigans, where like usually what happens is, if you're confident in I mean, if you know what you're doing with the 2 swords against the commander and 1 sword, you can delay the commander for a very long time over there. But there are cases where you try to delay commander as much as possible, and you lose a sword in the process. So it's decisions you have to make. But yeah, here looks like I expect this sword is going to cap from the mountain, and the other one will position to decap either villages, I guess. But it is interesting to see the decision being made to go in the corner with Wulfar in particular.
I guess he's one of the few commanders that really can do well coming out the corner. Because I know there's that whole thing of like, we've seen games with like Sedge getting stuck in the corner and then he just like takes forever to get out into the center. Whereas Wolfar, it's just like, okay, he's got 12 range on his tier 2. If he just sits in the corner for a while, it's not the biggest deal in the world.
Oh, so Mastro's not gonna heal from that tile where the sword just went. I guess you heal on this village where Zawan is currently.
Yeah, because it looks like Warble's getting ready to knock down and take that village.
Yeah. So Warble could have positioned this sword the turn before to go kill the bottom sword over there. I think it's an option that's pretty good, because then afterwards, like, there's usually it means you have the corner for a while.
Yeah, you could just take that
Uh,
village pretty quickly as well.
But looks like Mastro just not gonna heal. I guess he wants to like do something where he kills the sword next turn. I don't think he'll be able to do that. The knight is gonna cover with a crit next turn.
Taking a look.
I guess
Mastro up a
he's
bit on
just
economy.
delaying the heal.
Yeah, but I think... Oh, no, Warble's actually going to go for the aggression there. And he's going to knock this village down. Yeah. I thought he might capture it, but decides against that. Rather just harass this sword in the corner.
Yeah, capturing it wouldn't have been bad actually. But I mean, either way, you get good outcomes. And he positioned the sword here like last turn, so. Oh, actually, he moved the knight there, so he's not gonna get a crit on the sword that just decapped the village. I would have preferred if the knight moved like not through the cut forest to cover that sword, because Wulfar is already aiming to take the top village right next to where he healed, unless Wulfar is gonna like go hit the sword top after it decaps from the forest, but that would get him stuck. So
Yeah, because the knight could just
thinking
go...
maybe, yeah,
Could have
it
just
could
gone
have moved
left.
one more tile
Yeah, and
by
then it
going
could cover the
to the
sword.
left. Yeah.
And then you've got like Wulfar Groove potentially to like knock a unit into Zawan if he gets greedy.
Maybe that's the idea. You want like, well, actually no, because Zawan is always gonna hit from the bottom. I mean, Zawan just dies regardless, I feel, of the crit. Actually,
Yeah.
well, never mind then. So yeah, Zawan can't hit. I guess Zawan's just gonna heal. So this knight is critting one tile he can heal from. I guess it does make the heal a little awkward here. But, you know, it's not that bad. You can just heal where he is right now. It would actually be pretty good, because then you can go back towards the corner.
Oh, actually just gotta sack this sword.
Well, not really.
Oh, you think Warble's gonna back up?
Yeah, I don't think you want to trade the sword here. Although maybe actually, because like the mage will kill it, right? Let me see. Depends when Warble's knight arrives. Let's see. So the knight would move, and then next turn can set up a crit. So yeah, you can trade for this sword. Then you position the sword from the mountain to hit the mage if it punishes. And then next turn you position a knight crit to prevent the like Mastro's knight from punishing that sword. This is like, you can only trade because you built a knight last turn. It's really funny. It looks like Warble has secured both corners. Gonna be up on Econ a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not massive amounts though. Is he gonna stand and capture this village? I don't think you should.
Yeah, you don't want to lose that sword.
Yeah, it's the only thing that can actually capture anything in that particular area, so...
Alright, sending that knight to the top. I don't dislike it. You're also like sort of aiming at the middle.
Oh, it covers the top sword. So, like,
Yep.
this one in the north can't be aggressive now. We'll just get one shot by a knight.
I'm just looking at bad moves, but like you could kill this sword in the forest with 2 sword crits in the middle. Wouldn't be great, but you could do it.
Dog comes out. And I think this is actually a very important buy. I was maybe expecting a second knight, but I think this is a really good buy for Wulfar because dogs are really easy to kill with Wulfar Groove. So
Yeah, I guess.
dog runs in, takes a bunch of damage, Groove kills the dog, and all of a sudden you've got something you can fire at your opponent that does a lot of damage.
Alright, here we have Mastro sent. I think Master needs perhaps to send a second sword to the bottom left to make sure he can like get that corner. Although maybe not, because the second knight is coming over there.
There's a lot of
Warble
knights.
is saving quite a bit of money. I'm expecting a dragon next turn. I don't think you want to start with golems on this map.
Yeah.
It's like kind of too slow, and dragon is just so good.
I guess like Warble's also just set up a hit on the enemy mage. It's the only anti on the map right now.
Alright, sends both swords down there. Yeah, I'm not sure you want to hit the mage now. Probably want to send this knight towards the middle and push Zawan off. You're gonna have Wulfar tier 2 pretty soon, so I don't think it's a bad idea to just fight over there. Zawan tier 1 could like be a little bit threatening, but I don't think it's a big deal. If you have a bunch of knights, then you can kill the vines fairly quickly.
Yeah, Warble could just send everything center actually.
I will say one of the advantages of going commander in the corner is you build groove faster. It's the end of Mastro's turn here, and he's over 20. He's like 25 groove points behind Warble right now. There's a tile I really like for knights. It's like just right of Wulfar. So you can aim at the top village, and you also aim at the middle village.
Oh, it forks them. That's pretty cool
Yep.
actually.
You get like after you play a map a bunch, you start learning these things, and like these forking knight positions are really important. There's a lot of them on Locust too.
Okay, are we gonna see sword crit here actually?
Yep.
Okay, I would have thought you'd go in with the knight instead, but
Well, you want to put the knight in that spot. There we go. It also covers the sword, so yeah. I think Master's gonna have to run from this village. And yeah, the downside of going middle early is that it's easier to get pushed off of middle than it is from the side. And so if you go from the side to the middle, you can have a stronger like collapse of multiple units at the same time. Ooh. Mage, are we still gonna see a dragon? I hope so.
does have the
Maybe
money
you
for it.
can go. There is a world where you go golem bottom to secure the bottom left. Because Master doesn't have money to go for a dragon next turn.
Yeah, you could just send 2 knights down. I guess that's a big dedication. So we see the golem.
Yeah, and there's also like 2 knights on the other side. So looks like we're gonna see golem. I mean, golem is better long term because, you know, harder to kill and like deal with vines better. But honestly, I think you kind of want a dragon this early. I guess there is an argument that because the Harpy just got built, it will like zone your dragon. So
Yeah.
that is a point. Oh, actually, this knight position is a triple fork.
One
It
on the
also aims
left.
at the river village.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm a bigger fan of dragon when you're about to get center control, but golem also works. It's like like the knights are about to go attack the bottom left, so sending a golem there is not bad.
Okay, decides to back up that sword just a little bit. Spent a lot of time thinking about that last sword.
Yeah, I mean, you want that sword to stay alive, because otherwise you don't have anything to capture villages there.
Yeah. True. Oh yeah, there's like nothing down here anymore.
I mean,
I
I guess you'll
suppose.
have a mage behind that golem, but yeah.
Yeah. Unless the mage goes like kind of north, but
Yeah. Now this lethal pressure from Wulfar is gonna be a big deal. Because both commanders are near the middle. And Zawan has traps, but if you know what to do to avoid them, it's fairly trivial to not get surrounded.
that knight's
You
just
can
covering.
insert a compilation of every person getting trapped this tournament. Here. Alright.
There's definitely been a significant amount of Zawan played, especially as we go into these later rounds. And it makes sense. Obviously, you're going to play the best commander. Oh, it's such a
Mastro 1 tile away from the triple fork. Unfortunate.
oof. And actually,
I mean, he's aiming a crit to deny the decap on the other village, but yeah.
that's such a juicy target to throw the Wulfar Groove into. Like right in the center of the mage knight swords.
Yeah, but I think you keep groove. I guess another argument for Wulfar is that Wulfar just kills golems with groove. And last game we saw a hefty amount of golems, let's say.
Yeah. There aren't too many mountains on this map, but there's also some water up on the corners too, so yeah, there are enough spaces to golf
I
a golem
mean,
into.
there's also you don't necessarily need mountains or water to kill a golem. Sometimes you just need to send it over to your dragon where there's no mage, and that's enough.
Mastro
It's even
response.
better if your dragon isn't hitting anything else, because you build your next group by killing the golem.
Okay, Mastro responds with his own golem. So we're gonna see some golems coming out, which makes sense. They're a good unit. Don't know how Warble's gonna respond because Warble still has money to build a dragon. But he could if he wanted to. It didn't work out too well in game one. Larger amounts of golems kind of overran.
I like how aggressive he's being in the middle. He just has to be careful not to get surrounded or lethaled, and the middle should be his pretty easily.
Yeah, and he's really close to tier 2 now, so
yeah,
he can just put his entire army just into the center. Like he's got a lot. I mean, both players have a lot of mobility, but his army is in the center now.
Yep. I mean, I'm thinking about the dragon buy here. It would be pretty good, but the thing is, you don't buy mage right behind your golem, which it's not a big deal because the harpy's on the other side of the map, I guess.
Yeah, he's got 2 mages already as well. One of them's pretty close to the golem, so goes for a second golem.
Alright. He wants to start the golem wars and say, I'm Wulfar. I'm better at the golem war.
Yeah, so that might be it.
And I mean, he's had a slight eco lead, and on this map, a slight eco lead is enough to spam golems.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly 1300s per side. So actually, as long as you keep your opponent on the 1200s, you're in a really good position because they have to miss one turn of golem buys.
Yep.
When you're playing a commander that can one-shot a golem. And not only one-shot it, but you could also do a lot of damage around the enemy army while that happens.
I would like a dragon though, because you are Wulfar. You are about to get tier 2. There's a lot of plays where you like snipe a mage or something.
Yeah. And there's only 2 mages from Mastro right now.
But I mean, I think Golem is fine here because you have the lead and you don't need to expand your lead, you just need to secure it. I feel like Dragon is more pressure, but Golem is probably like, I mean, Golem means Warble is like set for a long game here. And yeah, I mean, we've seen like commanders get stuck in corners on this map. It looks like here Zawan is kind of stuck in the middle. Not sure what to do, because like he goes anywhere, he just gets lethal. I mean, he would need to use Groove if he wants to get an attack, but looks like there is like potential Knight crit on the other Knight, and then maybe Groove after that. There's some ideas, but I mean, looking at this, Mastro's probably gonna wait for tier 2.
Yeah, you can get so much of a comeback factor for tier 2. Where like even if you're like have fallen significantly behind, like one good groove really makes a difference. And oh, he's actually just gonna go in with his commander.
Ooh. So is he gonna go for the Knight crit there? I feel like you kinda have to, because if you don't, like, Zawan is the target. Can you really survive this? Wulfar probably gets tier 2, unless he made sure he can't get tier 2, I guess. I guess Wulfar can't step like one tile away from Zawan to clear a side that way, but let's
He
see.
looks really dead.
That is a Knight crit, and like, what are you gonna wall with?
And I
Oh,
guess
actually,
there's...
he moved the other sword, so he can't go for the Knight crit idea anymore. Let's see.
I mean, I guess you could throw the mage in?
I guess you put the mage behind Zawan and then have the sword below and the knight 2 tiles below, maybe?
I think Zawan can definitely build groove here though.
I mean, Zawan has tier 1.
Oh no, I
Oh,
mean
you mean
Wulfar, sorry.
Wulfar? Yeah.
There is a...
Let's see.
It's not ideal, but there is a Knight crit up on the village.
Yeah, I mean, if you get lethal, you don't care about that, I guess.
Yeah.
So you would need that Knight crit, and you can't stop it. Stopping it gives more groove. So that's 1 kill. Oh, he might not be able to get groove, actually. And there isn't an easy, like, suicide bomb for Wulfar.
True. I guess you could just have the third landing away from Wulfar. It would be... Or away from Zawan, sorry. It would be kind of difficult though.
Yeah, you would need the back sides to stay open for that. And I assume Mastro's not gonna leave that open.
And maybe you just don't go for lethal and just, you know, smash lots of things.
Honestly, maybe Warble doesn't even need to get lethal here. Because, like, worst case, if there's no lethal, Mastro just spent a heavy amount of clock on this. And you're like, okay, I'll win later. He killed one sword, it's not a big deal. It is a slightly bigger deal that you're about to lose the top right, but let's see. Yeah, I mean, Warble did have the sides, but is now a little...
It's a large blob thing. Oh, that's a night crit on the bottom knight though.
Feels like you can deal quite a bit of damage here. Let's see. I mean, the two swords can clear the bottom sword.
Yeah, I guess you'd want one of them.
Someone is saying it's in chat that sword hit into sword crit might make a lethal bomb. I think if that's a thing, then Zawan is pretty dead here. Because, like, but the two swords can, like, clear the bottom sword. If you get a lethal bomb, you can, like, groove it and hit both sides of Zawan. That's like 45. Get Knight crit another 45, and then the Knight just hits from below. I mean, I'm gonna check the calc for this. So the sword deals 36 back.
Can you actually bomb to hit two sides on him though?
I think you can. Oh wait, no, because one sword will take up a spot.
Yeah.
Let's see. But maybe you don't need both sides, do you? Hang on. Oh, it looks like he has an idea.
Yep.
Yeah,
it could just be he wants to go in for damage.
Yeah, and I mean, you can deal decent damage here.
Yeah, and he's got, you know, one golem to back this up, and another one pretty not that far behind, so...
It looks like it's not enough to do a golf bomb, by the way. Chat.
Okay, so I guess the question is... Does one Wulfar hit plus one night crit plus one night hit do enough?
Well, let's see. That's like 45 and 30. It's like 75 and 22. I don't think that's enough, no.
No, you would need 2 hits.
But yeah, it looks like here you can kind of just night crit the bottom knight, night crit Zawan. And then, do you even need to use groove here? You have dealt damage to all the heavy units. And then you reinforce with Wulfar and another knight.
And golem.
I don't think this army by Mastro has enough to fight this, because a bunch of stuff went top right. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, just goes in, goes for damage. You know, completely valid. And Wulfar's gonna sit on tier 2.
Yeah. I guess, I mean, the Mastro's probably gonna have to groove while retreating, which is not really something you want.
Yeah, and because his commander will be damaged, you have to be defensive about it, which is not what you want to do.
I mean, if you night crit Zawan, there is a counter night crit that would finish it off, I guess. So maybe you don't do that.
Yeah, but then you have your own counter night crit after that.
Yeah, but then vines can come into play, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we'll see how Warble handles that.
I do think, yeah, he's just going to be fine in this fight here. He does have to cover Wulfar's north.
You can even night crit the river village here, actually. Oh, never mind. You could have covered with a mage and
Ooh, I don't know if I like splitting here, actually. There is Night Crit Suicide, Sword Suicide. I guess as long as he hits as long as Zawan, he's fine.
yeah. I don't think you have the damage. Like, I guess he's not gonna leave that many sides open. I mean, he shouldn't. Alright, here goes the dragon.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't leave, like, all 3 sides open, I think he's fine.
Oh, there's like only a mage down here as well. So, if Warble could pick off that mage, the dragon just is completely free reign. Oh, and he's actually not going to go for the hit, he's just going to play defensive. Which, yeah, I can respect that. He's already done a lot of damage, he's forced Zawan into a position where he's like, oh, I have to back up. There's now 2 golems, a dragon, 2 knights.
Yeah, the golem from the bottom actually covers the knight.
Oh, that is true. Okay. Master's just like, I'm gonna fight.
Yeah, and I guess he's gonna pop Groove here. It's gonna be a tier 1.
Probably wants to do it sooner rather than later, but I guess he has to go in for these hits first.
I guess you killed a few swords and a knight, and then you Groove here? Is that enough?
There's gonna be a hole in whatever wall he makes.
Don't think... I mean, it's gonna be hard to both make a perfect wall here and stop the golem from hitting the knight. And worst case, the golem just goes to decap bottom left village.
Yeah, it does have to contest with an enemy golem if it does that, but not the end of the world.
Well, it has the dragon coming, so I think he'll be okay in that fight.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it would be like... Actually,
and Wulfar Groove. Because, like, Wulfar tier 2, a golem hit and, like, a little more damage is enough to kill a golem.
That flagstone tile is actually really annoying. He could actually go and just contest the village with that golem. Okay, Wild Growth comes in.
You also have to Wulfar proof this. Oh, this is... Not sure I like this.
Lone Dragon.
But now Wulfar has a very good excuse to build a witch.
That's true. And actually really wants one.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to heal this knight by much either. You're going to only have 250 left after builds. This is looking a bit sketchy.
Yeah, I think Warble has to think about how he's going to play his tier 2. Because, I mean, you have to use it this turn, right?
I don't think you necessarily have to, but there's a good chance there's a good groove here. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think you could bust one of these vines open with it. And the golem can come out and do some damage. It is smart of him to do it like that while the dragon is a bit trapped.
Let's see. I guess Wulfar could groove like below mage and then both sides of the vine. So like you damage the mage, the knight, and then a vine.
Yeah, you
And I
could do it
guess maybe a
twice.
sword gets a golem out, and then a golem can finish the knight, or the mage actually. Finishing the mage here actually, super good. Ooh, this is not looking great. This dragon is gonna eat up the entire bottom left side.
Oh, there's no
And
more
Mastro
anti-air built as well.
just ended the builds with no anti-air build.
You just
This
hit
is gonna be.
the mage twice
I
and
mean,
then finish with a sword.
I guess that also works, but it's, I don't know. Feels like it's less efficient.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could just really heavily injure it, but I mean, if you kill it completely,
Yeah, I think one Wargroove and Golem is enough to kill a mage. Because Golem does 115 to mage. Although it's on a mountain, you do really want to
oh, actually, yeah, I guess
kill
you
it
just
off. Hang
walk
on.
up with the golem and hit it, and yeah, the enemy golem isn't in range, so
So that's like 20. Hang on, let me just. Yeah. If you get one Wulfar hit and a Golem hit, it kills the mage. But how optimized is this turn gonna be?
true. Well, he seems
Is
to.
he gonna kill a bunch of stuff before grooving?
Nope. Gonna go for it. Sure. I mean, hitting the vine first actually is kind of funnily. Okay. Ooh, wow. Big damage on the
Right.
army, and I mean, yeah,
And Zawan, I guess.
and Zawan gets a bit of damage on him too. He can't bust
Not
the
gonna
golem
kill
out.
the mage though. I guess dealing a lot of damage to this knight is the main thing.
Yeah, that's a very not useful looking knight right now. Do you just walk up and hit? I mean, yeah, you free the golem, obviously. I mean, there's not enough left to punish this now. Do you just walk up and hit the mage with the sword? I feel like you do.
Uh,
Because you're gonna have a dragon backing it up. And if the mage is super low health, then oh, that's
actually,
a
here,
real sign of confidence. You're just gonna send your other golem north. Like, yeah, I don't need that to win this fight in the south anymore.
I mean, I think he doesn't. But it is a shame that the mage survives this turn though. Like, imagine if, oh, I guess, yeah, just knocking the village down is good.
Oh, that's really smart as well. Now Mastro can't build a golem next turn.
I think Mastro wants to build a witch or mages this turn, to be honest.
True. It actually limits that as well. He can't build mage, witch, and something else now.
Yeah, I guess.
So
I guess this is the most damage the sword could have done this turn.
yeah, like I guess it could have injured the mage, or actually really pushed that knight to low health as well. But he's feeling himself in a good position, so
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good groove. Pretty good attack overall, I guess.
actually the golem going north not only is a sign of confidence of winning the battle in the south, but I think he respects the fact that there are knights coming in on his stronghold now. While this stronghold is far back, like it is very easy to just forget about it.
Yeah, and it is the one thing that Mastro has going for him, I guess. Is this force in the top right that's gonna grab some econ. But it does feel like this second knight from Mastro could have gone for the middle more. I guess it wouldn't reach this turn anyway because it got built last turn. But like, there's nothing in the middle defending the village.
Oh, I just realized, you look at the groove again, like Wulfar is actually well on his way to another tier 1. And the first tier 2 is super important, but after that, like tier 1s against like golems are just amazing.
Yeah. It is the main thing in the Golem War. You want to spam tier 1s rather than hold for tier 2.
And I think we might see at least 4 games in this set. Seems to be the way it's going right now.
I was looking at the dragon position. It's actually 1 tile short of full move. And because there's potentially, like, the mage potentially reaches the tile if it went full move.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't think that actually would have been a problem, because, like, is that one gonna walk forward to clear that sword? I don't think so.
True. Oh, and we were talking about tier 1 on golems, but tier 1 dragon is also very good.
Yeah. Even the landing damage is enough to make the mage finish it off.
Very true. But I mean, there are plenty of flagstone tiles, so.
Yeah. I keep coming back to the potential, like, kill on the mage, and I'm like, but that's just the way it's kind of illustrating how different players think, I guess. Because I
Yeah.
would go, oh, this wins me the fight in the later turns, but Warble's groove then definitely dealt more damage
Yeah,
than
and
what I would have done.
I don't think you can counterattack this army that just won a big fight.
Yeah, no.
Like, actually, oh no, I mean, well, you could. That one-chopped forest is actually, like, really annoying that golem right now. I'm sure it would love to hit that sword from above rather than to the left. Although if it does hit it from the left, the dragon can't flank correctly because there's a flagstone tile in the way.
I think if that golem goes in, he dies.
Yeah.
And I think the mage is not gonna be able to punish if that happens. Although, there is also a dragon on the enemy side. But at this point, like, Warble does have a lead, so I feel like if you can kill a golem, and the only thing that happens in return is your dragon gets hit once, I think that's fine.
Ooh.
Full retreat from the top right, actually.
Yeah, and just picks off the dog on the way out. Okay. That mage heal makes that move make a lot more sense. Oh, and he actually is going in, and he is going to use that flagstone tile to his advantage. Oh, I just realized though that vine can get cleared.
Can't you still like hit the mage with the golem here?
Yeah. I think, yeah, vine gets, although the vines could just retreat.
Yeah, I
Cover
guess go next to the mage, probably.
Yeah. And I don't think the golem kills the mage at that point. I mean, it injures it enough that it won't be able to do anything, but
Yeah. I guess this is as much counterattack as you can do, but maybe I guess you just shuffle vines, like put the one above the golem below the mage, and then the one below the golem above the golem.
yeah. Yeah, he's got to shuffle things to defend the mage. Because now the dragon cannot hit both the vine and the enemy golem. And I think that's the thing it would love to do. It would love to just kill this golem.
You would just love to hit everything at once.
Yeah.
What's this 5-Knight gonna do, though? Oh, actually, wait, what did Mastro spend money on? Oh, a mage heal. He's gonna skip because of the mage heal and the witch.
Oh.
Oops. And look, I mean, unit count is actually not looking bad for Mastro. I mean, 4 of it is vines, but still
Yeah, that's
looking
actually
decent.
not amazing though.
I mean, it's not amazing, and I mean, army value is definitely going to be higher for Warble.
Yeah, Warble has 3 golems and a dragon. He's up 2 golems right now. And Mastro just had to buy a witch, which I mean, is a good unit. Don't get me wrong, but it's no golem.
And Mastro's timer is also slowly ticking down, and I don't see WinCon in sight yet.
Yeah, I think his like one big opportunity was kind of like duking out in the south and then like pushing with this northern force. And, like one golem has just like shown up and been like, no, you're gonna go away now.
Yeah. Although he has positioned his knights well to like both defend the top right and like pressure the middle. But
Oh.
right now it's about like the real question is how much damage can Warble deal right now.
Actually, depending on how Zawan backs up, you could be really, really aggressive with Wulfar here and just like hit the golem from the north while the dragon hits from the east.
Maybe you suicide the sword into the golem so that dragon and knight kill.
That's also a possibility.
And then you can have Wulfar hit the knight and oh.
Oh. Very bold move.
Yeah,
There.
it feels like you go for the mage here then. Go for the mage, and I guess next turn the witch is still not arrived and the dragon can have fun.
Oh, I just realized. If you have the golem clear the vine to the east of the mage, knight can go in and damage the mage, and that frees up the dragon to just hit whatever it wants.
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, can't do that anymore.
Oh dang. Oh, there's like a really janky way you could do it with like both swords and the mage clearing this vine. Oh, no, all 3 swords clearing the vine. Oh no, they can't because the golem's in the way. Oh, that's actually good positioning. And yeah, 2 swords don't
Yeah,
clear
but
an 80%
the
health.
dragon doesn't actually cover that mage. So the golem can just hit it from any side without getting countered.
Yeah, I guess you just clear vine with dragon now.
Yeah. Dragon sword and then golem hits the mage. The mage doesn't die, which is a shame, but
I guess it
let's
gets
see.
super low, and then yeah, I mean, obviously you go for the captain's village with the sword on the left there.
Maybe let's see. Maybe you clear the vine, the 4 vine with Wulfar, or maybe the sword. But like, maybe you still hit the mage with the knight, and then a dragon clears the knight, I guess. And that also covers Wulfar from any lethals. But yeah, this is kind of a fun fight because Warble has more expensive stuff, but Mastro has more units because of the vines.
Yeah. Okay, so he's just gonna go for. I mean that makes sense. That's a free hit actually. There's nothing covering that, so he doesn't even need to care about.
I guess
this mage.
if you like retreat, then that's like the free hit. But if you're going in, the dragon probably could have done more damage than that.
Yeah, I guess you could do some gardening though. Hit one of the vines with the golem. Be okay with the dragon getting a kill, which I mean that's fantastic, right? Killing a knight is pretty much the dream. Okay, golem's gonna walk up. Does the
do you
knight?
decap the top right village
I
there?
don't know if you do. Like,
You can have a mage cover it, and the golem covers that, so
yeah.
there's no like blocking shenanigans. Feels like it's good to go for that actually.
I guess you really do want to just keep Mastro lore on economy.
Yeah, you are ahead, so any fighting like this favors you. And I don't even think it's good for Mastro to go and trade the knights there.
I do have a little concern that, like, I guess he could send the other golem north as well.
I don't think you need to. I think this golem should really go center and join with the rest of the army. Yeah, there we go. I guess Warble just took the free hit because he's like, I'm gonna wait for my golems.
Yeah.
No need to risk it.
And wait for tier 1 as well, actually. Because that's going to make a big difference. There isn't a good target to punt the golem into just... Oh no, I think he'd just get it into that mountain. But...
I mean, you have a dragon. You can make stuff work.
Very true.
Oh. The dragon can't hit that sword in the forest in the bottom because of the flagstone. That's funny. Speaking of which, Warble probably wants a witch or mage or more mages here. Ooh, not gonna go for the crit top right. Playing safer, I guess.
Oh, that's actually quite smart though, because now he can crit from the right where it's safe. And get a sword capture the following turn if he wants to.
Yeah. I feel like that's respecting your opponent too much though.
I mean, I guess the other advantage of doing that is that the timing on when you build Groove for your next tier 1 is going to be really helpful. And you deny your opponent getting Groove. That's another factor in there.
Well, I don't really like that. Oh, I guess the sword can cap from... Yeah, never mind. But, I mean, if you decap this turn, then it's the same amount of Groove, I don't...
Well, it's more that, like, if you go in and start brawling and your opponent starts hitting your units and kills start happening, Zawan builds Groove. Whereas if you delay, Zawan doesn't build Groove, but you still do, and you get it at the same time you would.
Yeah, I guess. Warble's spending a lot of time on this. I guess he's retreating. And this isn't like a retreat because you're forced to, it's a decision. It's like, this fight is starting to look a little iffy, so I'm gonna retreat.
Yeah, and you want to make sure you don't just walk yourself back into a lethal as well.
Yeah. And making sure that the dragon doesn't get surrounded, lining up a night crit behind it.
Oh yeah. Good play.
I guess Wulfar's gonna go in that forest. I would have liked this golem to hit the vine, to be honest. Like, nothing really could hit it, except the knight, but knight wouldn't really like that.
Enemy golem. Oh no, wait, no. Forest is 3. Yeah. Yeah, you'd be fine. Yeah,
And
just
the
gets rid of
witch
a blocker.
comes. Yeah. And now, like, once this army, I mean, now Warble is Warble was advancing into enemy territory, but now that he's taken one turn to regroup, then all the army is gonna be a giant blob, and Mastro's not gonna have as good of a fight as he got before.
Yeah, also, these vines are slowly getting weaker as well. So he's gonna take full advantage of that. Ooh, actually, nice pickup there from Mastro. Gonna forgo the corner.
Yeah, that's also a reason I would have liked to see the night crit top top right. It's because Mastro is kind of positioning to do that, so like, I don't know. I would have called that he wasn't actually gonna fight top right.
Yeah. Although I will say that then lines up the knight for another nice knight crit. Although I guess hitting in any side of that village actually gets
Yeah.
you the knight crit, so.
But well, it's like one village for one turn. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. We're going up to 1300. His unit count's like doing really well. I think that's just because he has like a lot of cheap stuff though. He's got a harpy. He's still got these vines. Let's take a look actually. 5 units up and he hasn't done builds this turn.
Yeah, 5 units up with 4 vines.
Plus builds, so could be a nice place at the end of his turn, but yeah, the big difference here
yeah,
is the
so
golem count,
he's
though.
like he's actually even before builds.
Oh,
if you don't count the vines.
Dragon's having a nice little
So I guess
smooching session
he's
right there.
slightly up, but army value is really in Warble's favor.
Actually, Warble needs to respect this army in the center because Mastro can 2-turn lethal the stronghold there. Like if
He's
things
got
are,
a golem over there. That's fine.
yeah, he's got a golem, but like yes, you can't ignore it. Like he has to go back and defend.
Yeah, I mean you can't send the golem to go after villages top right, I guess. Mastro kind of taking over a bunch of villages this turn. And yeah, this is like Warble like regroups for 1 turn and then this happens. This is like how tight the pressure is in these tournament games.
All of a sudden, Warble is a bit on the back foot now. He has to do something. I mean, obviously, decap the village in the top right. He's going to go for it. Puts up a following night crit. Puts himself pretty close on economy again, but oh, dang, that unit count. This is after, you know, Mastro skipped to build, but I guess he's like building a lot of air units. Golem's just gonna walk to the center and be like, yeah, you can't mess with me yet.
This is the I know what you're doing and you're not gonna do it.
That center knight's really scary actually. There's like a lot of pressure on
it
the
feels
center.
but now it feels like Warble's tempo, like he had pressure, he had timing, and it kind of just fizzled out.
Yeah. And I feel like you were saying earlier, if you hit that one vine with the golem, that actually does, I think, make a big difference. Just like gives Mastro just a little bit less of a wall to work with.
I mean, maybe the plan now is to group the 3 golems and push middle. That's, you know, seems like a pretty strong plan.
Yeah. Just for like one central push, and it looks like that's what he's gonna do. Has to be careful not to get lethaled. And I do wonder, you know, is this just gonna come down to a commander lethal? Because does seem to be the way this works out sometimes. And there's just so much like mobility on this map as well. It's very open, minimal terrain, and like there's like what, a couple knights up in the north, one knight in the south, dragons out on both sides, witch as well on both sides as well. So building a harpy makes sense. It's good for chipping the dragon. It's also going to check all of this stuff that isn't this one mage.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good buy. Warble had 1300 actually, so could have gone for yet another golem, but I think, you know,
I think he
having
just wants to get
diversity
something a bit more
around is...
flexible.
Yeah. And there is only like 2 mages. The witch isn't really anti-harpy because like harpy doesn't really have to respect the witch if it has a mage behind.
Yeah. And actually something as well is witch on witch fights. Harpies are really helpful in those. You can do a lot of damage. Like harpies don't trade badly against witches if you have like a witch next to them. I actually think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I actually think a harpy crit onto an enemy witch when you have a witch defending your harpy is a favorable trade, like health wise.
Yeah. I think they do like 35 and only take 40 back. I think you don't need the crit for that actually. Oh, you mean health wise? I mean, I still think you don't need a crit.
But
it's like barely good, I guess. But you know, you're also like the cheaper units.
yeah. Not that much cheaper anymore though.
That sword at the bottom could have moved 1 tile forward. Like 1 more tile forward. And, you know, not be in night crit range.
Ooh, yeah. No, just
Well,
gonna
I
go for the
guess
night hit instead though.
not gonna get crit anyways. Just as planned, I suppose.
There wasn't a punish on it either. That was actually like a completely
Yeah.
free sword kill.
Not sure why.
Yeah, I don't know either. That was kind of strange.
But now Warble's gonna have to push into the center. And you don't like that terrain. That terrain is so bad.
Yeah. And it's weird because you would think Mastro would be the one kind of under pressure. There's all these golems kind of lined up, enemy commander with them as well, but just like such difficult terrain to cross. And again, like, you know, if he killed this one vine earlier, like you said, like that's now being used successfully to wall.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the vines are gonna stop being useful, to be honest. Now they're at 40%, they're not gonna wall in.
No, they still wall a sword hit, right?
Yeah, I mean, worst case, you have a witch there.
Yeah.
Okay, I spy with my magic eye that the dragon is gonna go next to that witch.
And he's both being very careful at this point. I mean, obviously you have to be, but...
Oh, never mind. My eye was wrong.
And the more I look at this, the more I'm like, actually, I think you were right about Warble giving respect on that top village for too long. Because now, like, this knight could be more active on the map. You could have put more pressure on that village up in the top right a bit sooner.
Yeah, I mean, it's details, but these matter, you know?
Very true. And actually, Zawan's been able to build Groove. He's actually going to catch up on Wulfar by the looks of things.
Yep. Although he has to go a longer distance to win the race, I guess. But now you can do the very high level technique of straight line wall with golems, and that's the only way you can advance through this part of the map late game. So like Wulfar can go below that 6%, that 60 village, and then have 2 golems in the line below.
Yep.
And there you go. That's how you don't die and you walk forward.
So much here, just like building up to go against this, and oh, it's so bizarre, just like how Mastro has been able to just build a unit leads. And I get it, obviously there's 0 units involved, but it's just like it doesn't feel like he should be ahead.
I mean, he's not really ahead. These 2 villages in the middle are not very secure, let's say.
Yes, but somehow they do feel secure.
I don't know. I guess at least 1 should go down this turn. Because you can do the ultimate technique of straight line of golems. You could even do it like horizontally to the right of the... Well, actually, no, you can't. Because then Wulfar dies if you go that way. Ooh, not gonna go for the secret ultimate technique of Doom. Actually just gonna smash golems in his opponent and say, where are your golems? There's no golems in this fight, Mastro.
Oh yeah, actually.
They're all gone, far away.
Oh, he has to be
He
so
is
careful
gonna
with his
take a
mage.
lot of damage here, actually. Like, feels like, I mean, at least 1 golem dies here. But then you're gonna have Wargroove. Ah, this is getting complex again. This is gonna eat at least 10 minutes of Mastro's timer, I feel.
Guess he has to like put his army like below Wulfar, because if he goes north, like these swords, this harpy, this mage can get involved.
Yeah, I think you put a knight to the right of Wulfar to make sure he doesn't die. Oh,
Okay.
well, maybe a sword just then? Maybe just a sword then? No, yeah. Do put something around Wulfar. Alright, the ultimate technique of straight line has been achieved, just not with golems.
Yeah. Yeah, the golems are looking a bit frail. Ooh, there's a night crit lined up on one of them.
And on... yeah. On Wulfar too.
Oh. That's true. I mean, he
But
just
you
needs to
have
block
no
it.
suicides, so you would need like 3 sides to kill Wulfar here.
Gonna send the golem up north. I don't quite know how I feel about that. I feel like he needs everything in the center, but
I mean, this golem had to choose to like remain in top right and defend stronghold, or join the center fight. Like, but there wasn't really an in between option. We were gonna put the witch. Ooh, that below the dragon, right? Or to the right of the dragon, actually. Yeah,
it
that's
has to
better.
be.
To the right is better.
Yeah, because you could potentially lose
Bottom
it.
mage, yeah.
Yeah.
Can yeah, there we go. That's safer.
And then yeah, you lose dragon and witch.
And yeah, the witch doesn't want to go in just to hit a witch.
You just chuck the mage on the mountain.
I mean, I guess. Oh, actually, you can't cover both golems with this mage now. Hmm.
Oh, it kind of wants to be where that dog is, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, that's dangerous. You will have Wulfar grooves, so anti-air shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, he's got a harpy. There's another mage down south as well.
Yeah, he's got a witch too, I guess. So even if the dragon and the witch are on this like next to each other, you can gulf one and kill the other one with the witch.
Does he build our trooper? No.
No. What's that? I don't know that unit you just mentioned. I mean, this is very aggressive, but doesn't feel like Mastro absolutely needs to fight this. Oh, well, actually, never mind. Mastro needs to win this because he's behind on timer.
Yeah, he needs to do something. I mean, he could just dive the stronghold. I don't think it's a great idea, though.
I don't think that works. Hang on.
Yeah, if he had, like, vines to protect it, maybe it could work, but... I guess he could move forwards up in the north, though, just to put pressure.
I mean, his stronghold is also about to be in the same situation.
Sure.
I feel like there is an idea of a stronghold rush, but it's very risky. I think you have a higher chance of winning this fight in the middle. Oh, and looks like this golem is not going to be a part of it. So it looks like Mastro is not going to fight in the middle. I'm
actually a bit lost, because it's really... Like, Warble feels like he's under a ton of pressure, but so does Mastro. Like, he has to do something. He's only got 22 minutes left on the clock, which sounds like a lot, but it's actually... It will go by really fast.
Yeah, because once this fight starts, you want to calc that properly. Because in these big late game fights, if you don't calc properly, like, you just lose it.
Yeah, or you get lethal out of nowhere. Or, oh, and now Mastro's the one backing up, actually.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not fighting it, you have to back out.
And that actually means that those golems secured kills without, you know, incurring any kind of loss.
Yeah, and a very good space too. Like, it's not just about the kills, it's also like the positioning. Now Warble could potentially step forward past the bad center terrain. And you know, it's not like he'll be stepping into good terrain because it's still really open. But it's not like beaches and roads anymore.
Yeah, and actually that golem and knight in the south are not going to support this force. Oh, he could just walk forwards into the stronghold.
It feels like Warble's gonna go left with this army and cut off the bottom army and just pick up the golem mage knight. That golem probably shouldn't have gone there. It's gonna get trapped, potentially. And, you know, not like a one-turn trap, but just no escape.
Yeah, and I think there's just enough army from Warble to defend his stronghold.
And yeah, this is a very Yeah, I mean, the stronghold shouldn't be under pressure. As long as the witch doesn't, like, go bottom left, should be fine.
Oh, this is kind of a trivial thing to mention, but that harpy gets a free hit on a vine.
Well, there is a main. Oh, I guess. Yeah, never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, golem below that covers the mage.
Oh yeah, there's like nothing that can hit it.
Easy.
I guess you like line up a knight behind this as well. Like, obviously far enough back that the harpy won't hit it.
Yeah, I guess put the knight, like, above the stronghold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe you put it below the side village and put a sword in front. Well, never mind. That doesn't reach the golem. But yeah, I was thinking Warble gets to choose which way he wants to go here. He could go left, trap the bottom army, flip all these villages. He could go top, kill off these knights and mage. I mean, not kill off, but you know,
You can definitely force them
take
out.
care of that. But he does have to choose one or the other, though. Actually, the harpy head on the vine isn't free because there's a witch there, so you have to cover with a mage.
Oh. Well,
Uh,
if you
I will say,
protect it with a mage though, like trading a
yeah, then it's free.
harpy for a witch's goods.
I will say, I would have preferred Warble to focus more on the left side here because there's more villages there.
Yeah, I think. Oh, here's a kind of almost ridiculous plan. This is the thing I would do. I would run up, have my witch hex everything up there, and have my dragon hit the knight. And then just be like, I'm okay trading a couple expensive units for like the entire army up north, but no, he's not going to go for.
You would lose the dragon if you do that to Harpy Mage.
Yeah, but you would kill a lot in exchange for it.
I mean, you kill a knight and like Mage Harpy for a dragon. That's I'm not sure it's super good.
Actually, like cost-wise, that's really good, gold-wise.
Yeah, I
And you
guess
build
it's not
3
bad.
kills worth of groove as well.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean it does cost you 300, but yeah. Yeah, wouldn't have been bad actually.
Oh, actually, yeah, because you have to spend on the witch hex. But I
On the
guess you also
hex.
do a bunch of damage to the rest of it too. But
Let's see. Is there any? No, I don't think he can attack the middle here. For Mastro. I think he backed off a little too far away. But I mean, these top units aren't really trapped. They're just gonna go up through the terrain, I guess. He is securing econ, but I don't know. Feels like the dragon could have gone bottom left to make sure the golem doesn't like take more villages. Because there are a lot of green villages bottom left. But you know, Warble up on unit count. Now the divines have.
yeah, they're
Now
gonna
I mean,
expire.
divines are gonna die and gonna be up. Maybe not up. Actually, it's gonna be perfectly even.
I guess if he forces his army to retreat up in the north, he could then just swing left again
Yeah.
and just like
You have
completely bully the
center,
numbers.
so
Yeah.
so if you keep forcing the side armies to retreat, you'll get value that way. And also, if Mastro can never engage, he'll time out. I'm thinking if you had a transport, you could have built a thief to go for the bottom left now, but you know, that's not how it is.
You could have ballooned it down there.
Yeah, I guess you go towards the tower, then build a balloon, and then send it. But that's starting to get expensive. It's more like if you already had one. And yeah, now the knights are going back for the top villages. Woo! The dance. It's the dance.
Yeah, although that's so far back now, I think Warble could just go left. There's like
Yeah.
nothing expensive in the army. Like aside, like you got a dragon and that's it.
Yeah, straight left. This golem from Mastro is probably gonna go back towards the middle. But then you leave the bottom open. I guess this your like spears are gonna take care of that, but they're not gonna last against the golem. Yeah. It feels like they're not sure how to end the game.
Actually, Mastro's pulled ahead on. Oh no, he's pulled even on Golem count. Overside.
Ooh, golem stays at the bottom. Yeah, this feels like Warble just walks left here. This army is really weak over there. You have Wulfar Groove too. Now that there's expensive units, you have to look for some pretty ridiculous lethal ideas actually. I'm like looking Night Crit, you get I mean, there isn't a lethal here, but I'm thinking about it.
Oh, kills the
Ooh,
harpy.
going in here. Is he gonna use Groove here? Golf at the mage? And then send the dragon to hit like the knight or the golem?
Oh yeah, actually, that's a good point. Because he can definitely do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Harpy's going in too. I guess neither dies, so you hit the golem here. And then maybe you don't groove the mage and you're like, you accept you're taking damage, but you're doing a lot back. Like, I wonder if dragon hitting a golem is just worth like losing a witch straight up gold wise, because you can just build another witch.
Yeah,
And then
especially
your
because
opponent
the
has to
dragon
heal
can
the
get.
golem.
Yeah, I mean your dragon can just get a follow up. I just think he'd golf one of your swords in.
Yep, looks like it.
I think probably should have done it from the flagstone just to sort of a bit more life. Whatever, doesn't matter that much. Wulfar's in a nice safe position. Yeah, that's a ton of damage coming in. Ooh, 37% on
Mage
the enemy
crit the
golem.
knight.
Yeah, I mean that's actually a really nice exchange. You get a lot of damage off of that.
Yeah, I don't think it can die, except if like maybe the mage heals the knight, the 7 knight. Actually, it could die with the mage. I think 71% knight can kill the mage actually.
Or we could mage heal his own mage though,
Oh yeah, I guess.
just to keep it
But
alive.
then like you counter mage heal to kill it.
Yeah, 62 mage I don't think kills the harpy or the witch.
But I don't think you wanna stay in that corner, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because anything that stays there is just gonna die next turn. And yeah, the range from Wulfar coming in handy here.
Yeah.
Not just useful in the Golem War.
The one thing I would say though is if he was going to do that, he should have golfed first.
Yeah, there's like groove optimizations.
Yeah, that's what like 1 kill, 2 hits. I mean, I guess like if you really want to be super optimal, you could have had Wulfar groove from below the flagstone, had a sword there. Just so you take, I think that sword would be on like 50% instead of what it is on there. But oh,
I
huge
guess we're
difference
just
though.
yeah. I was wondering maybe he was gonna build another mage or another witch because he's committed a lot of anti-air to the top right, but no, just build another golem. It's fine. It's not like he's low on anti-air.
I think this is like a very oh no, he just puts the sword in front. Okay, that's actually smart.
Nice.
I was gonna say you move the mage back 1 so it can reach the forest tile to crit the enemy golem if it comes in, but
I think the golem just wouldn't want to go in, to be honest. It gets hit by 2 golems in return. Alright, clears that. I guess this knight couldn't really escape. Alright,
oh, he wants that
mage
tile for
crits
the
the
mage crit.
harpy.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's fine. It's still good for Warble. Because these units are gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, 37% golem. Do you just hit the other golem with that?
Maybe it can't retreat to anywhere meaningful.
I mean, you would need to like buy a witch if you wanted to not immediately die. But then you lose the entire golem.
Gonna walk back. I feel like you just chase with dragon here.
Yeah. I mean, dragon doesn't have that much else to do. I mean, a witch is... Even if you build a witch, then... Yeah, I guess mage it is. But you can kind of... No, you can't really cover that.
It depends on how much you want to kill that golem. I mean, something that might be worth doing here though is just throwing a hex down from a safer distance. Just because then you can't mage heal that golem. And it makes it like weaker. Because the 37% golem is actually kind of scary, but 27% one not so much. And
Yeah, I
all of the
guess
swords get weaker.
if you can hit like both golems with a witch hex from a safe tile, it's probably worth. Oh, Mastro's at 16 minutes now.
Yeah.
Not looking great.
Don't think he has a way to win either.
This is like trying to conserve army and playing for lethal at this point.
Good positioning though. He's one hole in Warble's wall. And it's just like, yeah, I'm gonna push up. There's no anti-air. Yeah, this is completely viable.
I'm counting golems. Warble is 1 ahead. But this position in the middle is still the weak army. Oh, you can get a witch hex from like... I guess you have to stay out of range of the other witch, but yeah.
Oh, you could hex 3 golems now.
Oh.
Oh, that's the
Oh, no.
juiciest hex ever.
The cost-efficient hex. The legendary.
And then like those
No
90% golems really don't like being at 90% as well.
Yeah. Although, I will say, even if it's a cost-efficient hex, it does give like a very good mage heal next turn.
Oh, not as good as the hex though. Oh, it just picks up a
Yeah, well,
sword.
it's the same cost.
Yeah, but it doesn't catch as many stuff.
I guess. Ah, that's true.
Like you would hex all of the swords as well, but okay, well, I'm gonna go for some hits on villages. Keeps the econ lead. Well, there's a lot more grey on this map now.
I'm not sure about the witch staying next to the dragon. Probably should have went back towards the middle. There's no mages in the middle actually, and like the witch doesn't really have to respect the other witch.
Oh,
Because
actually,
like
my hex idea, the witch covers it, so
yeah, but I mean, I was thinking you could like position a mage to cover and stuff. Although Zawan's starting to get tier 1.
oh yeah, he's gonna have it next turn. Warble's pretty close to having tier
147.
1 as well again, but actually, if Warble had done the
Yeah,
previous
he
turn,
could have like 10 more groove, I guess.
yeah, it kill plus 2 hits, quite a lot actually. It'd probably
Yeah,
be
that's like 9 plus 6, 15. Yeah. He could be at 70 right now instead of 45. That's actually a pretty big difference.
yeah, like he would be threatening to have like tier 1 in the next fight, basically.
Harpy mage, I guess. Yeah, you tend to go double mage when your opponent does a position like that in the middle.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, you're being cheeky with air. Time to make sure that never happens again.
I love that there's this knight position on the south as well, where it's just lined up to like go on a rampage of crits. Like you can
Yep.
go like this village to this village to like this village next to the stronghold if it isn't checked.
Oh. Nah, there's not enough big units here. He doesn't die. Yeah, especially with that knight covering.
Yeah, there's.
No swords actually reach to suicide.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess that's why he's going for it. He's just like, I'm safe.
Yeah. Even if there's a witch, like nothing, like you only get 2 hits.
I guess the main concern is that like vines would trap behind him, and the army comes forward and does a bunch of damage. But even then, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, he can escape from below.
Yeah.
I think that's fine. And like even if vines come up, you have these 2 golems from the top who can come down and kill them fairly easily.
Sure.
Looking good for Warble right now. Although I will say not that ahead on timer. Basically 1 turn ahead. Oh, actually, never mind. 2 minutes ahead. At the end of his turn, so actually probably ahead enough that Mastro feels pressured by timer here.
Yeah, he's 3 units up. How many golems is he up? He's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 on Master's side. One of those golems is really badly injured too.
But it's at perfect percent, right? 37?
Is that the suicide percent? I don't think
No,
so.
I don't actually know what the suicide percent is. I'm just like, this is a funny golem crit percent.
I mean, we're definitely. I think this entire set is going to be like 10 hours long if it goes like this.
I mean, yeah, if we get 5 games, 2 hours each. Or are we gonna see the straight line of doom this time? And yeah, now Mastro's like, I need to win soon, I'm gonna collapse in the center. Oh, I'm not sure Mastro can just stand in the forest like Warble is doing. There's 2 night crits. There's potentially Wulfar Groove. This
Hex
is
does reach, yeah. Like the golems in the north have things they can just kill.
yeah, that's.
Knight and sword capture
I
on the
would
south.
not. I would not stand there. You know, in these positions, you're like, you know, my commander has range on his groove. Just put him behind the army. You don't need, like, you don't want it to be fighting anyways. Like, this is a difference between Zawan and Wulfar is that, I mean, Wulfar can, like, groove long range, but it's way less efficient. I mean, it does way less damage compared to grooving something in melee range. Whereas Zawan just has the range to stay safe. Now you also have to decide, do you give up the bottom to fully group? Because you don't really care about income at this point, right? But Mastro's spending more and more timer.
Okay. Finds a free hit. I mean, he's gonna lose the sword for that potentially, but...
It is nice actually, because now the dragon stops the knight from chain critting everything. Oh, he's on 11 minutes now.
Yeah, and he's still thinking. And I think Warble you can just go for safe plays. Like, you can just, like, bully the north with these golems.
Oh. He went there.
Oh dear.
No. There's suicides. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely get groove here. No questions.
Oh yeah, and you just tier... Oh no.
Yeah, you tier 1 from one side to the other. And it finishes it off. That's like...
Oh, there's double night crit lined up on this as well? Oh no.
Yeah. Only question is, how do you kill the spear here?
Wulfar Groove?
Oh, yeah, actually.
Like, you just walk up and knock it away.
If below the spear is still open. Oh, and you can't wall below the spear. Oh, no.
No, you'd have to wall in front of the spear.
You can't wall below the spear because Golem just one-shots the spear here, and you can't put balloon because the mage covers that. So yeah, Wulfar is guaranteed to have the groove from below. You can groove the spear, then you kill it. Oh, this is... Yeah, this...
Oh, you could injure the spear first as well with, like, a mage?
You can kill it afterwards.
Oh, I mean, that's also...
Yeah, whichever order works better. Yeah, this should be GG. Maybe Mastro spent time calcing and was like, that doesn't kill, I'm gonna bait the lethal.
Sword suicide's what, like... 12? Like, 11? Something like that?
Alright, let's just calc in raw damage. You have 15, 22 from the groove, so that's like...
Witch Hex reaches...
37, and then... Yeah, Witch Hex, 47, and then 2 mage crits. That's like 137 brute damage. That definitely kills.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a very dead Zawan. And you can't do anything to stop it.
Even if you put all 3 of those units, like, right in front of that one, like, they just get chewed up by, like, all kinds of different
The rest
things.
of the army, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe the spear right of Zawan? What clears that? Actually, spear right of Zawan means that, well...
No, he's
Too
just
late.
dead.
If you put the spear next to, like, right of Zawan, it means that what kills the spear can't finish off the other spear because it uses the same tiles.
So the question there is, does Warble see it? He's got
I
16
mean,
minutes.
yeah, that's.
I feel like if we can see it while it's happening, he could probably figure it out.
I wouldn't be so sure that you can see it fast because, like, if your mindset right now is like timeout, 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 then you can miss that. It's not that hard to miss that. Like, if you're thinking, I just need to play fast and I'll win, just play fast, play safe, then you can potentially miss it.
Yeah.
But I mean, you did have time during Mastro's turn to calculate.
And there are 2 knights lined up. Like, I think you just see what the knights can crit. But, I mean, it is very easy to miss the forest for the trees, so...
Yep, and I mean, you've been playing for like almost 2 hours now.
Yeah, like, it's easy for us to just, like, talk about this. Like, they're actually thinking about what they're doing. We're just...
Yeah. I mean, they're thinking about the entire map. We're just looking at Zawan.
Yeah. Although I would say, like, he moved his commander into the same position and obviously was thinking about how he could do that safely.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, this is looking like I'm building groove moves.
Yeah. Double capture. I mean, I guess you would always go for those, and that's the mantra of do the obvious stuff first, but 8% groove off of that. I guess Night crit onto the village is probably going to build a lot of groove too.
Yeah, this is.
Got a couple random swords he can hit a village with, like he's got.
He's also gonna build groove in the middle of the lethal by killing this balloon.
Oh,
and
kills
maybe
the golem.
hitting the spear. Yeah, yeah, that's looking like he saw it.
Yeah, he's just gonna start killing. I mean, these particular moves are also just good, like army trades, because there's nothing up north to deal with those golems.
That's
Okay.
true.
93%. All right, I think he was obviously just calculating how can I get my groove. 102. Yeah, he's in the money.
There we go. Here we go. It's gonna say Wulfar.
Is it
Oh
gonna?
no, that's Merciful's line. Never mind.
Yeah, the first sword suicide
All
coming
right, there we go. And now Mastro knows. Mastro knows it's over.
Suicides. No, it doesn't suicide. Ooh, interesting.
No, this is fine. He's gonna groove, and then another sword can finish it from the other tide.
Yep. Oh, and nice optimization using Hex before the team.
Oh, he's just doing this. I guess he's doing it that way. Yeah, I mean, same amount of damage.
Yeah.
As long as you still clear that spear. Which you do.
Or does it? And double Night crit will come in. Actually, he could Night crit and do whatever the heck he wants after. Although, I think, you just double Night crit to be safe. First Night crit comes in.
There we go.
And we're going to see them go into a game 3 on even turns. That means we're going to get 4 games this set, at the very least.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's
wow,
awesome.
Sejun, you've arrived
Just in
exactly
time.
when it ends.
Yeah. I was actually like watching it like the last 10 turns. Just like too tired to like talk.
Oh, and you just want to come in and be like, yo,
Yeah,
what a
like-
lethal.
Yeah, oh my god, like for a second I thought he was gonna like miss it because he was gonna like attack. And then he like took a second to like, wait, is that safe for Game Finger? And then like, ooh, he found it. I was so happy because like I wanted the Warble to like get a win because like
I think he saw it from the start. He was just building groove.
oh, that is a good point. That is a good point. He didn't have groove. Right.
I just want to
Yeah.
note, you came on the call the exact moment that Zawan went under 35% health, which is like
Ooh.
totally the Sedge move.
Yeah, I just felt the energy in the ether.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Well played. Warble puts 1 point on the board, and we have a real set on our hands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Enough of these sweeps.
Yeah, finally a good match.
I mean, actually, to
mean-
be fair, the one before this was also pretty close. So
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like, this one was,
and
like,
this
insane.
is two different kinds of late game we saw. Like game one, like Mastro took it. I mean, they both took it to the late game in both games, but Mastro was like, I guess in both, Warble gets a slight lead, but then game one, like Mastro could put pressure on Warble, and Warble ended up making a mistake. Here, Warble uses Wulfar Groove to get a lead, and it's not a gigantic lead by any means, but it does force Mastro into some more difficult decisions, and then they reach the late game. The timers start to come into play, and Mastro drops this lethal.
Did he actually need the Wulfar groove there?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. Seemed very close with like Hex and
Because
Suicide.
otherwise you only had around. Otherwise you only have 117 damage,
Oh, yeah.
which I mean it could potentially kill, but I'm not sure.
Probably not, right? Because like that's with everything like Hex too, right? The 117.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then no chance. With that much defense.
All right. Well, GG.
yeah, GG.
GG indeed.
We're not gonna get game 3 tonight. I assume
Yeah.
they're both completely exhausted at this point.
Yeah, of course.
Not even asking.
All right, let's wrap it up here then. Thank you, everybody.